Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football Week 8 recap show. I'm sorry it's a couple days late, but we had an interesting Thursday Night Football game, and the Ravens prevailed 27-22. We'll talk about that, and I'll break down the game. I'll give you I'll recap it for you. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football Week 8 trivia question from Thursday Night Football, and it is a Ravens trivia question. Who ran for 2,066 yards in 2003? I will have the answer later in the podcast. Well, the Baltimore Ravens beat Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 27-22 last night at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. After being down 10-3 at halftime, the Ravens came out and took control of the game. In the second half, the Bucs scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but it was not enough. And it's now a 3-game losing skid for the Bucs. For the Ravens, boy, what a great second half they had to get the win and go to 5-3 on the season. And I'm going to recap the game for you right now. I'm going to do it. First quarter, the Ravens had the punt after going 3 and out, 4 plays and 23 yards. Then the Ravens got the ball back and it was damn it. And it was they got 4th and 4 at the Tampa Bay 4. Tucker kicked a 22-yard field goal and it was good, and it was 3-0 Ravens. Then the Bucs scored their first touchdown of the game, and it was second and goal. Leonard Ferrante left tackle for the 1-yard touchdown. Scoop's extra point was good, and it was 7-3 Bucs in the first. Then the Ravens went 3 and out and had the punt after 3 plays and 3 yards. And then the Bucs got to 4th and 12. Scoop kicked a 31-yard field goal and it was good. And it was a 10-3 Bucs lead. And then the Bucs had the punt after going 3 and out, 3 plays, 12 yards, and it was 10-3 at the end of the first quarter. Then the Bucs went 3 and out and had the punt after 3 plays and 6 yards. Then the Ravens went 3 and out, had the punt after 12 plays and 30 yards. Then the Bucs went 3 and out again, had the punt after 3 plays and 2 yards. Then the Ravens had a turnover on downs, and it was a 4th and goal. Lamar Jackson's pass incomplete, short middle to Robinson, and there was no gain. So that means the Bucs got the ball back, but they went 3 and out, had the punt after 6 plays and 24 yards. Then the Ravens got to 3rd and 10 at the Tampa Bay 43. Tucker kicked a 51-yard field goal, but it was blocked and by O'Connor, and it was no good, and so it remained. It was 10-3 at halftime. Bucs lead. And then the second half, that's when the Ravens came back. The Bucs had the punt after going 3 and out, 3 plays and minus 1 yard. Then the Ravens got, it was 1st and goal at Tampa Bay 5. Lamar Jackson patched short right to Drake. It was, I think, Kent Drake, excuse me, for the 5-yard touchdown. Tucker's extra point was good, and it was the Bucs and Ravens were tied at 10. Then the Bucs went 3 and out and had to punt after going 4 plays and 28 yards. And then the Ravens scored their second touchdown of the game. And it was Lamar Jackson pass short middle to Likely for the 10-yard touchdown. Tucker's extra point was good. And it was 17 to Ravens. Then the Bucs got to 4th and 9 at the Baltimore 12. Scoop kicked a 30-yard field goal. It was good. And it was 17-13. At the end of the third quarter. In the fourth, the Bucks scored their third touchdown of the game. And actually, it was their second touchdown because that 17-10 was the first one. And this was their... Oh, no, this was their third touchdown of the game. And they scored 3 touchdowns in the second half. And it was 31 at the Tampa Bay 15. Dove May left end for the 15-yard touchdown. And it was Justin Tucker's extra point was good. And it was 24-13. Ravens lead. Then the Bucks got to 4th and 8 at the Baltimore 8. Scoop's 26-yard field goal was good, and it was 24-16. Ravens lead. Then the Bucks got to 4th and 1 at the Tampa Bay 12. Justin Tucker with a 30-yard field goal, and it was good. And it was 27-16 Ravens. Yeah, they scored 24 points in the second half, the Ravens. Really been a 24-point comeback. And the Ravens just were held to just 12 in that second half. Another field goal, and now they got their second touchdown of the game, and only other touchdown of the game. Come on, thank you. And it was 4th and goal. Tom Brady short middle to Jones for the 8-yard touchdown. There was a penalty on Baltimore on Jean-Pierre Paul. There's a defensive offside. It was declined. And then Baltimore did a 2-point conversion. A Tom Brady pass to Oten. There's incomplete attempt, fails. And that's what it said there. It failed. And it was 27-22. And first and 10, Lamar kneels. And all Lamar Jackson just kneeled for 1 yard twice. And nonetheless, it was not enough for the Bucks as the Ravens win by the final score of 27-22, and I got to give the game balls to the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 27-38 carries and attempts, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I think it was Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards. 11 attempts, 63 yards, and Isaiah Likely, and that's who scored that last touchdown, scored the Ravens' final touchdown. 6 receptions, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. And the Bucs will have to regroup and try to snap this three-game skid. In Week 9, they'll have to try to snap it, their 3-game skid. And they will be playing the Los Angeles Rams at home next week. So, and the Ravens will attempt to get their record because they just went to 5-3. And I'm trying to figure out who they're going to be playing. They will be playing New Orleans next Monday night in Week 9. So they will have to regroup and try to snap that losing skid. And I'll come back and talk about more of this, and I'll tell you who I took. But right now it is time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football trivia question. And it was a Ravens trivia question. Who ran for 2,066 yards in 2003? If you said Jamal Lewis, you are correct. Jamal Lewis ran for 2,066 yards, 66 yards, excuse me, which was second on the all-time list behind Eric Dickerson, 2,105 at the time. I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, which will be tomorrow on my Early Games pregame show. So stay tuned for that. I took the Baltimore Ravens. I won. My brother-in-law took the Buccaneers and he lost. So my brother-in-law's on 1. I'm 1-0. You get the rest of the picks tomorrow. And we do have a lot of action tomorrow. At 9:30, the Broncos and the Jaguars will square up at Wembley Stadium in London, England. The Miami Dolphins take on the Detroit Lions at Ford Field in Detroit. The Panthers and Falcons will square off at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The Cardinals and Vikings will square off at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The Bears take on the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium in Big D. The Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints will square off at Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The Steelers take on the undefeated Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. The Patriots will play the Jets at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Titans will play the Texans at NRG Stadium in Houston. The Giants will play the Seahawks at Lumen Field in Seattle. And the Washington Commanders will take on the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. The 49ers will take on the Rams at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The Packers and Bills will battle it out at Bills Stadium in Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. And the Monday night game, the game of the week. The Browns will take on the Bengals at First Energy Stadium. And it's here at home for the Browns, and this is one they need to win. And I feel they're going to do just that. They need to win and go to 3-5 before the bye. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football Recap Show. I'll see you tomorrow for the Scott Sports 101 Early Games pregame show and postgame show after the early games. And then the early games, the early games postgame, late games pregame show. And then the late games postgame show, Sunday Night Football pregame show. And then the Sunday night postgame show after the Sunday night game between the Bills and Packers is concluded, and also Monday Night Football pregame, postgame. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.